most powerful talk lineup, WHIO.
I believe it's about that time.
Turn a radio on, Liz.
This is my friend, Todd.
He makes me laugh.
From Dayton, Ohio.
Oh, super! What a crackpot. Would you please just listen?
Really fun. And it's free.
Oh boy, this is great.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me now, 937-457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
I went to the fair today, and now I got something to say about my one true friend in this world. Yeah, he's my corn dog, and I got him in my hand. I'm walking to the bud tent to check out the band. I take my first bite, and it's then I see I am living in ecstasy. Corn dog, it tastes so good, I don't want a bite of anything else. I just want my corn dog for myself. Oh yeah, corn dog, I think I love you.
It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. The Montgomery County Fair is in full swing. And what better excuse to talk about fair food? Yummy, deep fried, well, anything really. Yeah, you can keep your tractor pulls, your demolition derby, your 4-H animals. I'm there for the fair food. Mm-hmm. So I thought we'd talk a little bit about that, if you want. Your favorite fair food. Also on the show tonight, a debate. I don't know if it's really a debate. It'll be a discussion here shortly with my good friend Ron Otto about the impending weather. Is it from Hurricane Beryl or Hurricane Burl? Beryl, Burl, Beryl, Burl. We'll decide. And we're going to stick with one. It's very confusing. Also, we have not one but two Dammit Dog stories that have to do with dogs who turned out to be arsonists. Very, very unusual. Not really, actually. It happens quite a bit. So we're going to talk about that. It's Tasty Tuesday. Also, we have, this is great. We got another pair of tickets to La Comedia Dinner Theatre. And now through, I think it's August 11th, Wizard of Oz. So we're going to give those away with the current events quiz, and we've got a crazy Ohio man story. But first, I want to bring Ron into quite a bit of the early conversation here on the show. Ron, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm not doing too bad. So I just mentioned the county fair, favorite fair food. First of all, are you a connoisseur of county and or state fairs?
Oh, I've been to many of them.
Yeah?
Is it a lot of festivals and a lot of fairs? Yeah.
When was the last time you were at a county fair? Because I got to be honest with you. I think it's probably been almost 20 years.
It has been, it's been a while for me too, because I ran hot with it. Like I went to a bunch of them in the course of like 10 years, and then I hadn't been back. So
you were fared out.
I was fared out, dude. That was maybe 7 or 8 years ago. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So if you go to the fair, sure, there's lots of things you can go do. You can ride rides. You can go look at the animals. Right. Mm-hmm. There's the tractor pulls. People love that. I always like the demolition derby. I just like to see cars crashing into each other, and sometimes the concession stand. But I was just curious to know, what is your favorite fair food? Do you have one?
Obviously, you know what? You can never go wrong with the corn dog, obviously.
Exactly.
I think it was a true watershed moment when they figured out a way to deep fry Oreos and Snickers bars.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
It was a great American moment, I think.
Well, really, it is it's just like anything that you can deep fry is fine. Mm-hmm. If it's edible, I'm not saying, don't deep fry stuff that you shouldn't eat, right?
True. Yeah.
Right. Cotton swabs, don't deep fry those, keys. Don't do that.
Not to say that we can't, is that we shouldn't.
Right. You shouldn't. You shouldn't.
Yeah.
I always, whenever I would go, the two things that I had to have was a corn dog for sure.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the thing. There are corn dogs that you can buy at the grocery store in the frozen food section. And you can even throw them into a fryer, and they're pretty good. But there's nothing quite like a fair corn dog.
Yeah.
First of all, they're huge.
Mm-hmm.
They're huge. But the other thing that I always loved, funnel cake.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
a nice corn dog for your meal, funnel cake for dessert, and candidly, it doesn't have to happen in that order.
Right. Yeah.
You know, and
the
then
fair, you don't have, there's no rules.
There's no rules. There are no rules when you go to the county fair. And of course, after you fill up on yummy fried food, you go jump on the tilt-a-whirl.
Oh my.
Yeah. And
necessary.
really throw caution to the wind. The other thing, there's actually two other things I wanted to talk to you about. First, I mentioned it off the top of the show here. Barrel or burl? Barrel or burl? Because I've heard people on the Weather Channel. I've heard people on Channel 7. I've overheard conversations out in public talking about barrel. And that's why I said yesterday when I came on the show, whenever you hear a forecaster, meteorologist, whoever say barrel is barreling through, take a drink. But then somebody called up and said, no, it's burl, like burl lives. But I don't, it looks like that YL at the end kind of confuses me. What have you heard? What are you going with? Did you have an in-depth team meeting today or yesterday with the news team to figure out how to say burl or barrel? Or
I heard both over the weekend. And so I walked in on Monday morning and I said, okay, guys, what is it? Is it burl? Is it barrel? What is it? And Jason Michaels said it's barrel. So I'm going with barrel.
We're gonna go with what Jason said and then blame it all on him if we're wrong.
Absolutely.
Okay, so we'll go with barrel. I feel comfortable with barrel.
And honestly, this is going to be completely gone anyway here in a few hours.
Well, that's true.
The wind and stuff will blow through, and by sometime tomorrow, it's moot point.
Yeah, the resident. Dalton just heard himself answering the phone. I'm sorry. I had to call him out for that. He goes to answer the phone, and all of a sudden I see him shaking his hand in pain. You got to watch out for that phone. There's some sharp edges on that 40-year-old phone. And here's the last thing I wanted to bring up. And I posted this on my Facebook this morning, hoping that I would get some level of sympathy. I didn't get much. I got a lot of, well, get your butt out of bed. 7:45, my neighbor was mowing their lawn.
I know that drives you nuts.
And it seems like every year, at least once, every summer, this comes up on the show. How early is too early to mow the lawn? And I understand that, for example, we here at the Cox Media Fort, it's a business and we have a lot of green space. If the mowing company wants to come at 7:00 in the morning to mow, there's no houses around here. That's fine. Right? That's fine. You got a business to run, get to it. Right? But in your neighborhood, unless you live out in the country, maybe that's an exception, but in my neighborhood, you've got, a half a dozen houses all within, 40, 50 feet of each other. It just seems to me like 7:45 in the morning is a little too early for that.
Got to consider the neighborhood. Yeah.
But I also had a lot of people say, well, it's supposed to be hot and a lot of people want to cut the grass before it gets hot. I understand that. But the person who was cutting her grass at 7:45 in the morning was riding a riding lawnmower.
Mm-hmm.
And my feeling is, as a kid growing up, I had to cut our lawn, and we had a riding lawnmower. I'm just being candid. I wasn't out there pushing it necessarily in the hot heat. That's horrible. But, you just throw on a hat, you fill up your Yeti, right? Yeah. And you just go and enjoy the ride while you cut the grass. Sure, it's warm, but it's not like you're really working hard steering around a lawnmower. So that to me, that's not an excuse.
Well, if you wait until the afternoon to cut it, you will kill the grass, especially on a day when there's sunshine. So you got to do it evening or morning. You really do.
Yeah, but 7:45. It just seems. It just seems too early for me.
It's you got to be considerate. If you know that you got neighbors who work nights, I wouldn't be out there 7 o'clock.
Well, I just feel, and I remember, and this came up last year, and it was because the lawn mowing, it was a similar situation. It was somebody mowing. Well, candidly, it was my lawn. My guy Jose comes every week, and for whatever reason, one morning he came like at, I don't know, 8 o'clock, and I was still sleeping. I was like, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And he was just he tried to explain that he had a lot of stuff to do that day, and
Jose can't mess around, man. He's got to.
Well, I understand that, but I did ask him. I said, "Could you please just next time maybe put me towards the end of the list?
Yeah.
If you got a bunch of places to go to, put me at the end of the list. I won't be home then." Okay.
I mean, me personally, I wait till like 9 or something, but I do kind of lean toward the point where I'm like, just get over it, Todd.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what the sentiment was this morning on my Facebook page.
Yeah,
there was no sympathy and or empathy for the trials. That's right.
Asking morning people to have sympathy.
That's
for you.
right. That's right.
It's just like, nah, get over it, Todd.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for that. I appreciate that.
All right.
937-457-1290. If you got a comment on that, we do have people who want to get in on the hurricane barrel or burl debate, and we will get to that here in a moment.
What am I listening to now?
What is this? The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Spell it out.
T-O.
Double D.
H.
Oh.
Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
See, barrel. How's everybody doing? What's going on? What's going on? Hey, Josh. Hey, Clinton. Burl. Hey, Daniel. How you doing? Hi, Jazz. Matthew, what's going on? Thank you. Appreciate it. Never been to the Texas State Fair. In fact, I've never been to Texas. But my wife and I have talked about going. She has a friend that lives in the Houston area, but he's moving to Dubai. So I don't know that we're going to make it to Texas. A mouse burger. Yummy. Oh, that's right. The little sounder, Jazz. That's right. Ding, ding, ding. Ding, 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 ding. It just means there's severe weather in the area. Well, Clinton, I understand you get up at 3 a.m. You choose to do that. You have that job, right? Not everybody makes that choice. I've been to the southwestern United States. I just haven't made it through Texas. But yeah, that's on my bucket list. I hope you guys come out on Thursday. Sorry, Jazz. Where do you live at, Jazz? I'm doing a live show in down in a town called West Carrollton, south of downtown Dayton. Jacksonville. Gotcha. I have a lot of listeners down in Florida. I should be back on the radio in Florida. I was on WOKV for a while on Sundays.
Man faces arson in Kettering. We'll have the latest at 5:30. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 at 95.7 WHIO.
And now for our devoted listeners, back to the show.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Got the live stream up and rolling on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Active conversation on the live stream right now about Barrel. as well as me whining like a little girl about early morning mowing in my neighborhood. 7:45 is a little too early. My opinion. But nobody cares what I think, as it should be. Eric in St. Mary's. What's up, Eric?
Todd, jackpot.
Oh, jackpot. There you go. There you go. Yeah.
Hey, and that's not true. I care about what you think also, because 7:45 in the morning to start mowing is way too early for me too.
Yeah. It really is. It really is. I mean, I would even be okay with 8 o'clock if we're really pushing it. But I just feel like that 7 o'clock hour, that's the last thing you want to hear. You know, you're just trying to wake up. What if I wanted to go out on my deck and have coffee? You know,
and then listen to somebody mowing their lawn.
Right. I mean, nobody wants to do that. So,
all right. Well, just real quickly, I wanted to chime in on the debate. The only reason I think it's burl is because of the element beryllium.
Okay. You lost me at element. No, I know what you're talking about. But see, here's the thing. Somebody called in yesterday and they said that it was pronounced burl, like Burl Ives. It's just not spelled B-U-R-L, but burl. And I'm like, I see that Y-L at the end, and to me that's barrel. Old, you know, I that's just how I see it. But look, these here's the thing. The folks at the National Weather Service, and I talked about this with Nick Dunn one night, weather specialist Nick Dunn, and he confirmed that what happens down there is that all of the meteorologists get drunk and they come up with a list of names. So who knows? Who knows? You know, I don't know what they were doing.
Just taking that element and they were like, you know what? Let's not call it beryllium. Let's just shorten it just so it's one syllable, and we'll just call it.
Maybe so, Eric. But look, I think people in that situation, they like the idea. People generally like alliteration, right? So they like the barreling through. You know, that's a great phrase for a meteorologist, weather person to say on air. Barrel is barreling through. You know, so I
completely agree.
Yeah, see, I think that's maybe what they went for. But I appreciate your call. Have a great one, Eric. Thanks for listening to the show.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up.
T. O.
Double D.
H.
Oh.
Double L.
S. T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
Well, see, Brenda, Milton Berle's last name was Bearle. So the LE tells me that could be Earl, like Earl. I did fill in for Mark K. It was around, well, let's see. I think I did Christmas, maybe once or twice. I know I did it once, obviously. I think twice, too. And then there was another time. He was on vacation, I think. I can't remember. Hey, Roxy. Let's see. Are you drinking a Starbucks vanilla sweet cream cold brew? Actually, no. I am drinking ice water in a Dunkin' Donuts cup from earlier this afternoon. I usually just drink water when I'm on the air because it keeps my whistle wet. See, this is what I'm saying. Barrel. It's like Meryl. 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 Barrel. Think of Cheryl. Roll out the barrel. Da-da-dee-da-dee-doo. Oh.
I'm slack. I don't want to get deep into the conversation about Mark K, but I can just tell you personally, that's not why he got fired. He wasn't fired because of some AI photo. That's a rumor that's out there, but I know for a fact that's not why he got fired. He was actually let go before that even made the news. Okay. Well, I wasn't sure. Some people think that's what it was.
In anytime. Now back to America's most powerful talk lineup, WHIO.
Don't give me that politics, Jazz. It's not my racket.
People are tired of hearing nothing but doom and despair on the radio.
Everyone just relax, all right?
The problems of the world are not in my department.
Now who'd like a cookie? It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me at 457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday from 5 to 7. We are looking into a confirmation of a car into a building. This happened earlier this afternoon. Shout out to Michael Whitlock for the tip and photo. You can see it on my Facebook page. It looks like a vehicle hit the back of a building in the Walmart parking lot in Moraine. Edgehead Michael says that that building is where a GameStop is, a Subway, Hothead Burrito. I know exactly where that is. And a vehicle, it looks like, hit the back of it. But we're trying to get confirmation. If that's the case, that would be number 70. It's a milestone, Let's talk to Ralph in New Carlisle. What's up, Ralph?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm well.
Hey, I want to weigh in on this hurricane name.
Okay, Beryl or Burl?
It's Burl. It's my brother-in-law's name. And if it's the way you guys say it, them are them orange things we see in construction zone barrels.
Well, here's why I disagree. Okay, here's why I disagree. When I see the spelling, it's Beryl, right? That okay. I've seen Merrill spelled the same way, Meryl. If you add an sh, Sheryl. I've seen Cheryl spelled that way. So I understand what you're saying, but that YL at the end to me is, Beryl.
So everybody for 63 years has been calling me the wrong name then.
Yes, they're absolutely wrong. And I'm glad that you called, Ralph, so we could straighten this out 6 decades later. Thanks, buddy. Right. I appreciate it. See ya. Sandy in Dayton. What's up, Sandy?
I wanted to tell you that I think 9 o'clock is a good time to do the mowing.
I would agree. Anything earlier than that is just rude. It's rude, Sandy. Would you agree?
Just want to go out there and take the lawnmower.
What? Now, see, then I become a news story. I don't want that. Local radio personality arrested for carjacking a woman on her lawn boy. That's not going to get me any listeners.
It might.
Well, maybe so. The unhinged part of the community, they're big fans of the Evening Edge. Why? Because he's a bully. So, all right, Sandy, I appreciate your call. Have a good one. Cowboy Jim, what's going on, Cowboy Jim?
Hey. Richard Pryor, the movie Moving.
Okay, yes.
Randy Quaid played twin brothers.
Okay, I'm trying to remember. I kind of remember.
One brother had the riding lawnmower. It was homemade and had a small block Chevy with open headers.
Now, see, I like that. That's very creative. Yeah. Very creative.
Yeah, he had like an attachment that he could trim his hedges. It was a chainsaw on an arm and everything. So Richard moves, and then the first thing he's woke up to in his new home way out west is a riding lawnmower with a small block Ford engine. And it's Randy Quaid's twin brother.
Yeah, see? Great minds think alike. I think that's the phrase, yeah. All right, Cowboy Jim, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. We have a Dammit Dog.
The Misadventures of Dammit Dog.
Damn it, dog! Clinton on the live stream says your neighbor is going to sit outside your window now and just let that thing idle for calling her out on the radio. Maybe so. Maybe so. One by one, my neighbors are becoming enemies. Okay, so we've got a couple of Dammit Dogs, and this was kind of interesting because the first story I saw about a dog causing chaos was in Colorado. And it's a story about a couple who were asleep in their house, and they awoke to a high alert or a high heat alert on their Apple HomePod,
which I don't have an Apple HomePod, but I guess it's a little bit like, like a smoke detector or something, or the Apple device senses high heat. So they were there, they were chilling, they were sleeping, and they woke up, and this was last week, only to find their kitchen was on fire. It turns out Colorado Springs firefighters responded to the fire, and they discovered the surprising cause of the blaze was a dog. Now, the dog, and we've talked about this before, dogs sometimes will do this, especially if you have a big dog that can kind of, get their paws up on a counter. The dog was inspecting the stovetop, and he accidentally turned one of the burners on. Now, I'm assuming that they had an electric stove, because you can do that with an electric stove. You just turn the little knob and, the burner starts to heat up. With a gas stove, at least our gas stove, you can't do that. Even if my dogs were tall enough, there's no way that they could press it in, turn it, hold it for a second, and let the pilot light up, and, create a flame. The dog's not going to do that. So I'm wondering, I guess that they probably had a electric stove, but they also had, and this is not a good thing to do, and I've seen this before. Sometimes people will store boxes, like cardboard boxes, and it might be a package, like a box of rice or something, and they just leave it on the stovetop. They just leave it there after they're done with it. You're asking for trouble, because, if you do have a dog and they accidentally turn on the burner, there it is. It's combustible. So you got to be careful of that. The owners were able to extinguish the flames. The man was treated for smoke inhalation. Now, that was in Colorado, and I saw that story first, and I thought, oh, wow, that's a Dammit Dog for sure. But then I was perusing WHIO.com like I do, and it happened a second time, this time here in Ohio. Firefighters believe a dog started a fire in Parma, Ohio over the weekend. The owner of the home suffered second-degree burns trying to save her pets from the burning house. This according to a Facebook post from the Parma Fire Department. Upon arrival, crews were met with heavy fire and difficult conditions inside. I don't know what that means. I've heard that sometimes used to describe a hoarding situation, where they get inside and the house is on fire, but there's just so much crap all over the place, literally and figuratively, that it makes it very hard to fight the fire. And it doesn't go into that, but the fire was extinguished in under an hour. Investigators believe a dog may have turned on the burner of the stove. If it was a hoarding situation, chances are there was probably something on top of the burner. They also said they want to stress, and this I thought that was interesting, because I don't know. I know that I wouldn't take this advice. Many pet owners would not take this advice. They also want to stress that as far as pet safety goes, never go back into a burning structure to try to rescue pets. That's a tough one. That is a tough one. I mean, certainly you go in for family members, right? You got to do that. You got to. And why not your pets? Now, I guess you could make an argument. It depends on the pet. And I know how cold that sounds. But are you going to give as much concern to a dog or a cat? Or would you give that level of concern for a dog and a cat to, say, a gerbil or a goldfish? Maybe not. Maybe not. But that's a tough thing to ask somebody. If your house is on fire, please don't go back in to get your pets. Are you kidding? Most of my friends that I know would not take that advice. Unless they absolutely knew there's no way they could get to the dog or the cat or whatever the pet is. But 100%, I would go back in. According to the Parma Fire Department, there was also no smoke alarms in the house, which is not a smart thing to do. They recommend having at least one smoke alarm per floor to help reduce fire injuries and severity. So there are a couple of Dammit Dog stories for your Tuesday. Don't forget, this Thursday, I'm going to be doing my show live, 5 to 7 p.m. It's at the Slappin' Lizard Tap House. It's out in West Carrollton, 2082 South Alex Road. Now, this is a big deal, and here's why. We don't get to do a lot of these happy hours. I've tried, but some people are afraid of me, I think. They don't want me there. No, I don't know what the story is, but we're going to be there, and I would love to see as many edgeheads come out and just, meet other people that listen to your show or to our show. It's not just my show. It's our show. We're all part of this. People contribute. They call in. They send me messages. We're like a big group, and I just happen to be the lead dingbat. So I really would love for you to come by and hang out. Again, Slappin' Lizard, West Carrollton, 2082 South Alex Road. We're going to have a good time, and we'll be live 5 to 7.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Well, actually, I didn't mention this in the story. I just skipped right over it. But at least the situation in Colorado with the dog starting the fire, there's security video of it. Home security video shows the dog turning on the burner. I guess you could argue that maybe he was trying to make a grilled cheese sandwich or something, but I'm not sure. Yep. Josh, I just decided to wear a hat today. I was feeling like it was the perfect day for a lid. Maybe so, Caroline. That's something. Exactly, Maribeth. This is what I'm saying. Actually, I did my hair today. I'll show you. Look. I just felt like wearing a hat.
$12.90 at 95.7 WHIO.
You ain't gonna want to miss this. The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. I don't know if you saw this story over the weekend. Troopers pulled over a guy on Route 4 here in Dayton. The Dayton Post of the Highway Patrol. They clocked him 114 miles per hour on Route 4. And I get that because sometimes on the weekends, my wife and I, we're out running around. And, I'm just going to be honest, we like going to Goodwill stores. And we were heading to Huber Heights. And we went Route 4. And I don't know how many times I was passing. I was going like 70. They're just flying down that road. So that doesn't surprise me. Ron, I got a question.
Yeah.
Are you noticing gnats down there in the news booth? These little bugs flying around.
I was doing the news like around 4:30 or whatever, and one just flew right in front of my face, and I was very lucky. I swatted at it, and I didn't smack the microphone while I was live on the air, so I was kind of lucky there.
So
then it disappeared.
So yeah, that's a yes. Dalton, how about you? And just give me a nod, yes or no. Have you been seeing any bugs or little gnats or anything in there? Maybe a couple. Yeah. I came in yesterday. I was gone last week for vacation, and I saw a gnat. And I sometimes have trouble killing gnats, not because it's an emotional thing; they're just too quick. But it took me at least 3 or 4 segments to finally kill it. And I thought, well, that's odd. I don't often see gnats in the studio. And then I just killed another one. And I don't know. I thought maybe it was me.
Maybe you killed the one that buzzed me earlier today.
It could be. It could be. I thought maybe I was bringing gnats in, but I haven't been in master control, and I just stuck my head into the newsroom. So I don't think I'm the one spreading the gnats around. So I'm not sure what that's about.
I can't remember the last time I saw an insect in the studio.
Yeah. I'd like to know where the gnats are coming from.
Yeah.
Oh, I bet I know.
Uh-oh. What?
Didn't Brittany Otto bring in squash?
Yes, she did.
She brought
very large squash.
So and I heard there were 10 or 11 out there. No, I think you said 4. Squashes.
Oh, yeah.
I wonder if that's how they came in. You know, like if they just hopped on board.
Maybe.
Right out of the field and into the studio.
Yeah. Those kind of weird
I mean,
livestock bugs are out there.
Yeah, I'm not trying to call her out or anything. I'm trying to figure out why there's gnats in the studio. So, all right. Well, it is gnat season. I'm just glad they're not cicadas.
What am I listening to now? What is this? The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up.
T-O.
Double D.
H.
Oh.
Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
I love that, Jeremy. Chaz, that's what Jose, my lawn guy, does. It tells me. Says it's great exercise. Thank you, Captain Scurvy.
If news breaks, we break in anytime. Now back to America's most powerful talk lineup, WHIO.
Have you ever heard of this guy?
It's Todd. It's Todd, honey.
He's funny.
Monday through Friday.
5 to 7 on the radio.
You can tell she likes Todd for Todd. He's a nut. Real character, that one.
Todd, let's do this.
Get the show started.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me now, 937-457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
That's hot. That's hot. That's hot. So hot. Personally, I think it's hot. That's hot. That's hot. So hot. Oh my God, that's hot. I think it's hot. That's hot. It's hot. This is hot. It is so hot. That's hot. So hot, right? I think it's so hot. It's so hot.
It is the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Live stream is up and rolling, fired up on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. So you can not only listen to the show, but you can watch the show and interact with all the other Edgeheads who are on the live stream. Right now, we have 24 people watching. I love it. And it's the live stream, like I said, you can watch it on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. So there you go. Check it out. Coming up this hour, we've got a crazy Ohio man story. Animals attacking. It was a story of a kid down in Florida bitten on the leg by a shark. And he was at camp. Interesting camp, but we're going to talk about that. Also, we've got some crazy teacher stories coming up here. But I also have a current events quiz for a pair of tickets to La Comedia Dinner Theatre. Between now and August 11th, you can see the wonderful Wizard of Oz. So if you'd like to take the current events quiz, let's just do it. Let's just knock it out. Be the fifth caller, 937-457-1290. And you'll talk to Dalton, my producer, tonight. Ask him how his hand is. He heard it last hour. Turns out he was sitting on it. Not sure why, but he was doing it. But say hi to him and make sure you ask him about his hand. But anyway, fifth caller, give us a call, and you can take the current events quiz and hopefully win those tickets. We've got some teachers causing chaos.
I'm literally the worst teacher ever.
You're a really shitty teacher.
No such thing, bad student, only bad teacher.
You're a joke. You're the worst teacher I've ever had.
Well, these two teachers, workmates at a Georgia high school, Calhoun City. Not sure where that is, but two Georgia teachers from the same school have been arrested for allegedly having sex with 3 students and reportedly had a reputation for being boy crazy. This is what the story says. Boy crazy.
And they're also accused of flirting not only with the teenagers that they were betting, but also fathers who would come to the school to visit. They're both age 23. One is named Rayleigh Greason. The other is Brooklyn Schuler. And they were fired from Calhoun City High School. Charged with the crimes, cops say the duo slept with multiple male students between October 2021 and January 2022. A parent whose child attends the school told local media, quote, "I'm not trying to stereotype, but you could look at them and tell they were trouble." They just seemed boy crazy, and everyone in the school knew it and joked about it. Isn't that odd? Two students or two teachers being boy crazy. That's not the place where you want to be, a school, if you're boy crazy. Another parent said that she saw them on several occasions flirting with attractive dads who came to the school. Well, what about the unattractive dads? Why exclude them? The two teachers are reported to have been good friends for several years. And this is the best part. Remember, both accused, arrested for having sex with students, right? The two teachers are reported to have been good friends for several years, which included Greason serving as the maid of honor at Schuler's wedding on November 12th, 2022. That was during the time, or not long after, the alleged crimes took place. Schuler, the other teacher, also served as the maid of honor at Greason's wedding nearly 1 year later. So they vetted the high school students and they got married. Not together, but to two dudes. One of the couples have since split up. The other couple still together, at least according to their social media posts. So that's an interesting question because both women, if they're convicted of this, could face 25 years in prison and or a $100,000 fine. To me, that would be a deal breaker for a marriage, right? You might be able to survive if one of you has an affair. A lot of people have done that, but when it's messing around with high school kids, that's a different line that's been crossed. 100% different line. Not to mention, I would not want to be on the hook for paying that $100,000 fine. If you would stay together, you got to pay it. Part of your money is going to that $100,000 fine. I draw the line there. But a couple crazy teachers there causing chaos. Man, oh, man. Dan and Piqua, what's going on?
Going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing well. You want to take the current events quiz, I see.
Okay.
Okay, let's do it.
Oh, my God. Listen, everybody. It's the Evening Edge Current Events Quiz.
Pop quiz, hotshot. Can you answer the question?
I bet you think you're pretty smart, huh?
Now, here's your host, Todd Hollst.
Thank you very much, Norm Kelly, official announcer of the Current Events Quiz. Dan, you're playing for a pair of tickets to La Comedia Dinner Theatre. Have you ever been there? It's down in Springboro.
No, I've seen it, but I've never been there.
Yeah, I hear it's great. My parents used to go. My grandparents used to. I know many people have gone. I've never made it there. I need to check it out because I hear it's just fantastic. Now through August 11th, you can watch The Wizard of Oz if you'd like. So do you know how the current events quiz works, Dan? I mentioned this last night. It's been a while since we've had a current events quiz. Maybe people have forgotten or just never heard.
Yeah, I know how to play it.
Okay.
I won some tickets last year from you.
Oh, okay. So there you go. 3 questions, 3 possible answers, and the answer is always
C.
You got it. And I did find my my buzzer, my correct sound effect. I couldn't find it last night. I was really concerned, but I found it. So here's the question. First question: the British Coast Guard says they recently had to pull what unusual item out of the sea after it was swept into the surf by a high tide? A, one of the Spice Girls. B, a bong in the shape of Harry Potter's Goblet of Fire. Or C, an ice cream truck.
C, ice cream truck.
There you go. I didn't see any pictures or videos, but that had to be something else. Ice cream. And I thought ice cream trucks were like an American thing. I didn't know that ice cream trucks existed in other parts of the world. And England is one of the last places I would have thought that there would be a loud, noisy contraption rolling down the street, playing the circus music or whatever they call that. It just doesn't seem very British to me. But times have changed, Dan. All right, here's question number 2. Scientists studying a distant planet that has scorching temperatures and glass-like rain say they also detected A, a sound that resembles laughter, B, it's shaped like a football, or C, it reeks. C. Well, you got to let me read the answer first. Dan, are you okay?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. C, it reeks of rotten eggs.
C.
There you go. All right, Dan, here's question number 3. Cops in Texas are looking for several men who they say worked together to steal $2 million worth of what? A, manure to manufacture illegal fertilizer. B, relics from the basement of the Alamo. Or C, baseball cards.
C.
You got it. It was at a card show. A vintage baseball card dealer said someone stole an entire case of baseball cards from his booth at the end of the recent card show in Dallas. The man says several people came up to talk to his workers, and while they were distracted, another man grabbed the case from the table behind him and casually walked out of the building. All caught on surveillance, but they don't know where those baseball cards are. Well, congratulations, Dan. You're the winner. You've got those tickets to La Comedia Dinner Theatre, where you can see The Wizard of Oz now through August 11th. Hang on the line, Dan. We'll get your details and get those tickets out to you, okay?
Thanks.
All right, and there you go. That's how you play the current events quiz.
What am I listening to now? What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up.
T-O.
Double D.
H.
Oh.
Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
That is correct, Jazz. It's always C, because I want everybody to win, and I don't have time to talk to a bunch of different contestants. So we just make it C. Oh, was it really? Was it always B? Well, there used to be a, I mean, candidly, I kind of stole that bit. That was something that a morning show used to do at a station I worked at here in Dayton back in the early 1990s. And I mean, a lot of other places did it. They used to call it Pick C. Just Pick C. And the answer was always C, because it's just a silly, it's a setup for a joke. Here's the crazy 2 options. Hopefully there's some humor in one of those or both of them. And then the correct answer is C. So that's why I do it. But anyway, I don't know, John. I think people are excited to go. We're talking about it a lot on the show. I've been hearing promos all over the radio station and commercials for the live remote on Thursday. So hopefully it'll be good. I just killed another bug. Killed another bug. Little gnat carcasses all over the place. Crazy. Crazy. Oh, that's awesome, John. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. That's awesome. I love the folks there at Tires Unlimited. They're just the best. So I'm glad that you were able to patronize a sponsor of the Evening Edge. That's awesome. I got to turn on the air. I'll be right back. Oh. Whew. 80 degrees in the studio. 80 hot rockin' degrees. Well, let's hope it rains, John. Hoping for rain Thursday. Come on. Give us some rain. Oh, wow. It's the Captain Scurvy and Clinton Show.
A change at Sam's Club might make some members unhappy. We'll have latest at 6:30. Now back to the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst on 1290 at 95.7 WHIO.
This is a job for Weenie Man.
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. I just killed another gnat in the studio. That makes two. Two today. One yesterday. Have some sort of gnat infestation. I don't know where they're coming from. Coming up, we got Tasty Tuesday. A couple of interesting food stories. One about Panda Express. And I talked about Panda Express a couple of weeks ago. I'd never been to Panda Express. My wife, she enjoys it from time to time, but she kind of works in that part of town. I don't. But during my vacation, we were out running around, and she said, "Oh, we ought to go to the Panda Express." So we did, and it was really good. And they do have crab rangoon that you can buy at the drive-thru. And that was a question that came up on the show. I wasn't sure if you could or not, because I thought, if so, I'm there. And so we went, and we really, really enjoyed it. I thought it was great. It was really good. So the next day I went back,
and got the crab ragout. So not bad. Speaking of food, we have some news. I heard this morning on Miami Valley's Morning News with Larry Hanskin. Apparently over the weekend, the holiday weekend. And remember Joey Chestnut, he's the big time professional food eating champion. He signs up for all these crazy food eating challenges, and he does it, and he wins them many times for years. He's won the famous Nathan's famous hot dog eating contest, but this year he was banned. He was banned because he signed an agreement with a company that made meatless wieners. Yeah, they're not wieners. You can't call them wieners. But anyway, they booted him. So he went and participated in a boneless wing challenge with Buffalo Wild Wings. And I guess this was this yesterday? Maybe it was over the week. I thought it was over the weekend. But the note that I saw from Larry says that it was yesterday. So maybe it happened yesterday. But either way, he ate 200 boneless chicken wings from Buffalo Wild Wings in under 38 minutes. That is insane. That is nuts. And I couldn't figure out if eating that many chicken, now remember, boneless, if that would be easier or harder than eating all the hot dogs that he does. Now, I think in the hot dogs, it's only like 5 minutes, maybe 10. But he knocked out 200 boneless wings in 38 minutes. And apparently that means that customers until August 14th can get endless boneless wings for dinner. So if you go and you order boneless wings, I guess you can get an endless supply of boneless wings. Put that to the test. I'm always interested when and we've talked about it on the show, when restaurants say an endless supply of whatever. You get all you can eat buffet. No, it's not. You just try. You try to be there all day. They're going to boot you. But give it a challenge. 200 boneless wings in 38 minutes. That is impressive.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Thank you, Cynthia. Hopefully it's not blinding. I know it's a white hat, and usually they say don't wear white like that on a camera, but I was like, do it anyway. Who cares? Have a good one, Colleen. I can't eat a lot of food like I used to anymore. I order a 10-piece boneless wing meal at Roosters, and I can usually eat half, and that's it. A burqa. The hat actually matches the Speedo that I'm wearing underneath my jeans.
In anytime. Now back to America's most powerful talk lineup, WHIO.
Be of good cheer and call me.
Call me now! Call me!
He's laughing at us right on the radio.
Least we could do is get him on the radio and talk to him.
It's the Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call me at 457-1290.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday from 5 to 7. Got the live stream up and rolling on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Just got a concerning text message from my wife. Apparently, the dinner in the crock pot is burnt to a crisp. We were going to have teriyaki chicken tonight. She just said the dinner is burnt to a char like Griswold turkey. So something happened. I wonder what it was. Anyway. We have an Ohio man.
He's Ohio man, causing chaos is his plan. Breaking all the laws, on the run from dusk to dawn.
Well, this is a crazy, crazy story, and I kind of remember talking about this briefly. This is an Ohio man story. An Ohio man who's been arrested in connection with the July 2023 death of a University of Kentucky student
following a fatal collision with a loose tire. Now, I don't know if you heard this, but listen to this story. This happened, of course, last year. The incident occurred when a tire from the man's truck fell off and struck the student's vehicle. The man, who's named Ricky Rader, by the way, interesting name, was indicted by a grand jury for the fatal accident. Ricky Rader was driving when the tire allegedly broke off his truck, crossed the concrete barrier, and smashed into the windshield of college student Lauren Collins and killed her. 6 days after the fatal crash, Rader, 37, admitted he lost a tire on the interstate over that weekend, but didn't believe it had hit anyone. However, months later, investigators obtained a phone record recording the man had with a female inmate at the Bullitt County Detention Center the night of the accident, where he confessed to the woman he saw the tire crash into the college student's car and knew the collision likely resulted in someone being hurt or killed. But here's what's more. So it's bad enough that he didn't take responsibility for this, right? Didn't take responsibility, lied to the investigators, said, I didn't know anything about it. But here's the thing that's crazy. After the accident occurred, police say he allegedly remounted the tire that hit the car and then fled the scene. So somehow this guy lost the tire. It crashes through the windshield of this car, kills this poor girl, and goes and removes the tire, puts it back onto his car, and cops say he stole lug nuts from other wheels to secure that tire just to get it up the road and off the interstate. What a tremendous POS. Holy cow. He was arrested and charged with multiple charges, of course, and is being held in jail on a $40,000 cash bond. That is just, that is horrific. If something like that happens, you just got to admit it. Just own up to it. Own up to it. Don't go and try to hide that. That's just cruel. It's Tasty Tuesday.
Why don't you go inside and get yourself a tasty snack?
Want a bite? They're real tasty.
How you get so big that you fold up this guy?
It was tasty. Delicious and tasty.
When you're hungry, everything looks tasty.
That was tasty little hors d'oeuvre.
I love talking about food because it's one of the few things that we can all agree on. We may not agree with politics or religion or sports teams, but find me somebody who doesn't like a good meal. We all love a good meal. The people have spoken, and Panda Express has listened. The Chinese fast casual chain is bringing back Beyond, the original orange chicken, after more than 7,000 fans signed a petition for its return. Now, they have orange chicken, and that's what they're known for. When my wife and I went last week, as I mentioned before the news, first time I ever gone to Panda Express, we had orange chicken. I'd never had it before from there, and it was fantastic. This orange chicken, which was originally introduced in 2022 but went away, this is the chicken that's not really meat. This is the Petri dish meat, in air quotes, and they've brought it back, and fans apparently wanted it. I don't get it. I don't understand the meatless thing. I understand why people don't want to eat it, why they don't want to eat meat. I have relatives that don't eat meat. They're vegan. But I don't... I'll tell you what it is that I really don't get. It's these companies, these fast food places and restaurants, and in particular, we've talked about on the show, Taco Bell and the Mexican pizza, which they took away. They brought it back. I complained. They brought it back. A lot of people complained. Arby's did the same thing with the potato cakes. They took him away. I complained. Many other people complained. They brought him back. Now they're doing this. They're bringing back this fake meat orange chicken. I think this is all a big marketing ploy. I really believe this. I don't think that there's somebody sitting up in some high tower at fast food world headquarters saying, we just saw it. We ought to just get rid of the potato ticket. I'm tired of the Mexican people. No, this is all a ploy. They get people irritated for a year or so, and then they make some big announcement that they're going to bring it back. And I think that's what this is. That's what's happening there at the Panda Express. But anyway, if you like fake chicken meat, you can check out the original orange chicken with the fake meat on National Orange Chicken Day, which is July 15th. So mark your calendars. In America here, our version of Pizza Hut sticks to the basics. Of course, we know this. It's pizza, melts, wings, and occasional pasta from time to time. However, and I'm wondering if anybody thinks this sounds good, Pizza Hut Japan has been secretly developing something called the Yaki cheese ramen. It's basically grilled cheese ramen. Does that sound good to anybody? I love ramen. I love grilled cheese. I'm not sure that grilled cheese and ramen go together, but maybe it does. You think so, Ian? Thumbs up. Dalton, would you eat the grilled cheese ramen? Yeah. Well, you're young. You guys are young. You've got the. No, I'm just saying you can probably handle something like that. Digestively more than I could. That's all I'm saying. I'm not. Yeah. I mean, when I was your age, I would eat the same thing for sure. Panera Bread has introduced the latest breakfast innovation, Cinna Scrambles. Sinfully sweet and deliciously savory, they feature classic breakfast ingredients stuffed between two slices of Panera's warm cinnamon rolls. You can get the sausage Cinna Scramble, which includes savory sausage, scrambled egg, and melted American cheese, all between warm cinnamon rolls. That sounds good, actually. And Taco Bell has once again teamed up with Kraft Heinz to create another collaboration. 3 new sauces they're calling Cravings Dips. Feature flavors inspired by your favorite Taco Bell dishes. The Creamy Crunch Dip Supreme, Spicy Bean, and Saucy Mexican Pizza style pizza. These are dips. While Taco Bell and Kraft Heinz gear up for a nationwide launch, at select retailers, you can always find the dips on Amazon. And they'll be available nationwide within the next few weeks. So there you go. There's your Tasty Tuesday stories. 937-457-1290. Kathy and Eaton. What's up, Kathy?
Hi, Todd.
Hi.
Hey, I wanted to mention, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I got you.
Okay. I wanted to mention first, before I mention a suggestion, that I really love those Cheez-It Tostados at Taco Bell.
Oh, yeah. I've had a couple of those. They're not bad. But you got to eat them right away. You can't. You can't go through the drive-through and then take them home because the big giant Cheez-Its get soggy.
No, we don't live very far. 5 minutes, 10 minutes away. They're still crispy. It's the wrap, the crunch wrap one.
Well,
that gets soggy.
Well, whatever one I had a while back, it was just a soggy mess. But anyway.
Yeah, that's the sandwich thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, delicious. But I have a suggestion about the gnat.
Oh, sorry, I just killed another gnat.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
Get a light colored plastic bowl, whether it's white or some light color.
Okay.
And put some apple cider vinegar in there.
Okay.
I mean, pour about half full, and add a little sugar to it, just a little sugar, and then a little bit of dishwashing soap.
This sounds like a lab experiment. Are you sure this isn't going to blow up the studio?
No, I mean,
okay.
I've used this trick. For some reason this year we've had more gnats than we've ever had. They're dying down because I'm using this solution. But put it in the control room, and you'll notice after, a couple days, it takes them a couple days to think about it. But once
gnats
they start
can think?
taking a dip, you'll see a whole bunch of dead gnats on the bottom of the light colored bowl. So you can see 'em, so
Interesting.
it's not dark.
Now, I wonder if I can get approval for that, because generally, they don't like us doing lab experiments in the studio. But I could ask, because I keep seeing them. I'm seeing them all over the building, but in particular down here in radio. So I don't know what the story is.
Yeah, so try it, but it definitely works.
Maybe somebody hit a banana somewhere in the studio.
Possible.
It could be.
Yeah.
All right,
So give it a
Kathy.
try.
I will. I
Right.
appreciate it. Thank you so much. 937-457-1290. I would be willing to try that. I just have to get the permission of a few folks to put something like that. They don't let you light candles. You can't light candles in the building. It's a fire hazard. Yeah, I know. Venus Flytrap on WKRP used to light candles all the time. It was so cool. He was so cool doing that, but we can't do that here.
What am I listening to now?
What is this?
The Evening Edge with Todd Hollst.
It's a radio show. It's entertainment.
Fill it up.
Double D.
Double L.
S-T. I can remember that.
Locally grown, seriously funny.
I'm puzzled by the whole thing.
On WHIO.
I ordered the tostado, so I don't know what she's talking about. I ordered the tostado. It wasn't a wrap. It was a tostado. And by the time I got it home, it was soggy. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Barrel is about to barrel through. I suppose I'm wrong about everything. Everything I'm wrong about.
Edge with Todd Hollst.
Call Todd now, 937-457-1290, or message him at Evening Edge Todd.
Locally grown, seriously funny on WHIO.
There is a wild side to every animal.
Here's something you like when animals attack magicians.
Animals took revenge.
Animals attack! Craziest animal attack story.
You're about to find out when animals attack.
Back here on the Evening Edge, Monday through Friday, 5 to 7. Well, we're going to wrap up the show with an animals attack story. Oh, you know what? I was going to do something else with this. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. Let me put the show on hold for 1 second. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. Oh, here we go. I got to find something real quick. Hold on. Okay, here we go. 14-year-old boy was bitten on the leg by a shark yesterday during a lifeguard training camp in Ponce Inlet. Ponce Inlet? Is that what it's called? Florida? Ponce Inlet. Authorities said that the teenager was practicing water entries when he landed on top of a shark. First, the boy says he thought he hit another person as he dove into the water, but then after he stood up in the water, he says the shark spun around and was underneath his legs. After he saw it was a shark, the boy says he began hitting it, which is what you should do, right? If you encounter a shark. I'm not sure I would hit the shark. The shark swam away for a second, but then, I don't like being hit. So he came back and bit the boy on the calf. The 14-year-old was pulled from the water, taken to the hospital where he received 17 stitches. Despite the attack, the teenager says he's excited to get back into the water once he's fully healed, and I love this reasoning. He says, that's something really rare. Getting bit by a shark, what are the chances that would happen twice? We'll see. All right, well, there you go. There's the show. Thanks for listening. I'll be back tomorrow just after 5 o'clock. Don't forget the Slappin' Lizard Tap House Thursday, 5 to 7 live show, 2082 South Alex Road in West Carrollton. My wife, Mary, is making special beer glasses that you can win. So we'll see you there, hopefully.
Adios, cow.
I'm afraid that's all there is, my friend.
Mediocre evening.
Could have been worse.
That's it. Show's over.
Well, that was exhausting.
No more fun. No refunds.
Good night, Todd.
All right, everybody. Have a great, great night. And I will see you tomorrow.